Joining me in the Everyday Gourmet kitchen today is Justine Wise from the Point Restaurant in Albert Park. And today we're cooking probably one of my favourite dishes, classic French, Confit Duck.
Yeah, we're just going to do a nice little roasted leg, and the reason we're just confing quite quickly is to just get some of that moisture out, get a bit of the flavour through. So
what can I do to help you out?
Yeah, so let's start. So we're going to take out the ducks now, and we'll just get them onto some paper towel. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to get the lentils going.
So lentils, again, a classic thing to serve with confit duck.
They are, yeah.
Very easy to cook at home.
So we're just going to put in what we say like a little mirepoix of vegetables. So I'm just going to finely dice these to go into it with our lentils.
So these are just little, the duck legs here.
That's it,
really nice ones. And we just pat off all that moisture.
Yep. So we're just going to put the spice in there. And
so we've got some cloves here.
Cloves, yeah.
And some coriander seeds. Yep. And we just give that a good...
Maybe let's put star anise in there
star anise
for you.
also, yeah. So you don't want it too fine, you just want it...
Yep, that's it, that's perfect.
Like that.
Yep, lovely.
And so I'll just sprinkle that over. And I mean, there's all different ways of doing this. You can put different flavours. Full spice is delicious also with some cinnamon and...
Yeah, most definitely. Cinnamon, I mean, that's fantastic with duck. I love duck and cinnamon. It's great. It's good that sort of those Asian characteristics coming through as well. Yeah. But today we're trying to do a little bit more of a classic French style. So zest that.
Yep.
So that can be as rough as possible. I mean, like I say, this is just for the cure. So this is all going to come off and be washed off after. Once you've done that, you can finally slice the garlic and sprinkle that all over.
Do that for you.
Yeah. And then cut a bit of the thyme. Try not to get too much of the stalk in there.
So sprinkle over.
Yeah, that's it.
So what type of salt do we use for this?
Well, we're going to use rock salt. And just so it's not too coarse, because the finer the salt is, it'll burn the actual flesh of the duck. So the rock salt allows us to take out a lot of the moisture without burning the flesh.
All right, just sprinkle that over.
Yep, that's it.
Smells so good with that the orange thyme, perfect flavours with duck.
Yeah.
And?
That's it. Now the salt. So what you do is I just cover it, put maybe half over it. Yep, that's it.
As long as it's all covered.
Yep.
There. So I'll put that in the fridge. So how long again?
I'll give it just 3 hours. Because like I said before, we're not making a rillette, so we're just going to give it a nice little cure, get some nice saltness through it, but also those lovely flavours of the orange and aromatics there.
Great.
Okay.
So this is some duck that's been curing for 3 hours. You can see that salt has just seeped up all of that liquid. It almost sort of tightens up the flesh, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It just gets rid of a lot of that moisture you can see, and we've got all those lovely aromats we've put in there.
Yep.
So we rub it off with a bit of paper towel. Yep.
Take off all of that salt.
That's great. While you're doing that, I'm just going to get a bit of this duck fat. Okay, let's get that melted. Yep. You don't have to bring it up to temperatures, it needs to be melted so we can cover the duck.
Yep.
Actually, we might put this up this way to protect it a little bit, I think. Because when we cook this, we want, for the presentation side of it, we want to get the skin nice and crispy. So we'll get our duck fat. And we're just going to cover.
You know, duck fat's one of those things just really nice, especially after this. Maybe we can make some potatoes, duck fat potatoes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's overindulging, though, isn't it?
That is.
So we've just put a bit of baking paper on there. I guess that's just to keep it nice and moist and just cook slowly in the oven. Yeah, and we want to keep it covered and it just protects that skin, because like I said before, we really want to get that skin nice and crisp for presentation. So how long are we going to cook this in the oven for now?
Now, we're doing this at 120, so it should take just under 3 hours.
3 hours, yep. I'll pop that in the oven and then wait 3 hours. We can come back and start assembling it with those really nice lentils that we were cooking before.
All right.
So here's the confit. Oh, yeah.
Lovely. And you know, it's great that it's not bubbling away, so it means we've kept it at the right temperature, which is good. So what we're going to do now, this might be a bit hot, I'm going to take this out.
Yeah.
And look, there's a couple of things you can do here with this, and just to try and trim it up and make it a little bit more presentable, a little bit more restaurant if you like. I'm just going to trim up that bone a bit, and we can remove this bone as well.
Okay.
All right. And it just makes it easy to eat. It's for nothing else at all, you know. Then we just go into the pan now. You don't really need much oil because you've got that fat from the duck.
That's right.
So we're just going to get some really nice colour on it, just as a nice and crispy skin on there. And while that's sizzling away and we're watching that, we're going to make the nice lentil salad to go with this, okay? So if we can get the lentils here, get some figs there and cut into nice little quarters and dress them with a bit of sheep's milk yogurt there.
Okay. So figs and duck, I mean, I've actually had that before. It's quite nice. What are the reasonings for it? That the sweetness?
Yeah, definitely. Exactly right. It's just having that sweetness mellows out through the duck. Oh, I mean, figs I just love.
Aren't they gorgeous? I love the look of the figs. It's just so nice.
Beautiful. So while you're doing that, I'm just going to put some lovely walnuts here.
So for some crunch, some walnuts?
Yeah, nice. These lovely walnuts are coming from out just in Geelong, so they're fantastic.
Oh, yum. And so I'm putting some of this really nice
just to dress them, and you can maybe, if you want to grate a little bit of lemon zest on there as well, it'd be nice.
I really like these flavours. They're interesting. It's, you know, it's the classic lentils and duck, but then, you know, the chef comes out in you and sort of puts it with some, you know, interesting flavours here. I love it.
So we're going to just put some nice little pomegranates in here as well for a bit of crunch and a bite again. I mean, I love pomegranates.
Look at the colours of them, like little jewels, aren't they?
Yeah. Duck's going out nice. Still got some lovely colour in there. Just going to turn that over nicely.
That looks wonderful.
Beautiful. So we've got to our salad here. So you want to pass me the fig vincotto.
Okay. What is this?
Fig vincotto is basically just grapes and figs and it's macerated down.
It's almost datey, almost.
Yeah, look, and because it's quite sweet, and we're going to add a little bit of sherry vinegar to this as well.
Just to balance it out again.
Right. And I mean, sherry vinegar and lentils is lovely.
Yum.
So, and then some olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yep.
And did you want me to get some herbs here?
While you do, yeah, exactly right. Some parsley, some chervil, and if you want to pass me the chives, I'll quickly chop some chives.
Some chives.
Nice.
Lots of fresh herbs here. And you can see, you know, there's just so much thought into this because you've got that duck there that, you know, it does have that little gaminess to it, and you just match it with all the flavours. Every time you add something, like, oh, that's a great idea. Oh, that's a great idea, because you can see it sort of cuts through the fattiness of it, and gives it that really like sweetness.
Exactly right. And just trying to keep nice fresh flavours because we have got those lentils which are quite earthy, so we really want to freshen it up. Yeah. Especially when we've got duck, we've got all that fat from the duck as well, which is all good for you. You
got to try it once in your lifetime, I say, Confit Duck.
You've got to.
This is what part I love. When chefs come in and they show me exactly how to put all the compositions on the plate all together, make it look beautiful.
We've got to find a way to charge more money, don't we? So this is it. So if you want to do this, just scatter these around for me on the, like that, okay?
So how many would you like? Maybe one?
Yeah, just place them all around nicely.
All around?
Yep. And then we're just going to spoon this all the way around.
The colours.
That is, isn't it? It's all about the colours. And then we've got a nice little confit leg on top.
Oh, Justin, that looks absolutely fantastic. You know what I like? You don't even have a sauce with it, and you don't need it because you've got all those different elements, that crunch from the walnuts, the lentils, and that soft, tender duck meat. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Justine.